ain't scared to lose a little, take a risk and make it back. Have you seen the way I train? Ain't no slipping off a track. Cause we only moving forward, ain't no way we going back. There's big money on the table, I'm not trying to break the rules. Cause my ego now I'm poor and I got bigger things to prove. I done stood it's time to plan it out and now it's going.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Lifestyle Living Podcast. Now, first and foremost, I hope you guys are having the absolute best day of your guys' lives. Now, I release these Mondays at 5 a.m., so if you're listening to this within the first 12 hours of it being released on Monday, I hope you are setting the absolute tone for the week and hope you're feeling good about it. You know what I mean? And if you're not, you're listening to it randomly, then whichever day in the life you are in, I hope you're having the absolute best day of your motherfucking life, because at the end of the day, something I've been reading lately is The Power of Now, and it's crazy. I'm not going to go on this little bit of a tangent like I normally do on some type of subject before I start my episodes, but it's, The Power of Now talks about how the future is a pigment of our imagination, and it's just something that we visualize to keep us comfortable in the present time because it's what we want out of life, and then we have the present moment that exists as of right now because we're here, and then we have the past, which is, again, not a pigment of our imagination because we're not making it up, but it is a memory that we hold, and maybe some situations, and then whatever experiences we've held with those memories is what we carry forward to the present day. Now, whether they're happy memories, we got to make sure we're articulating those and being grateful and giving ourselves, that praise for, yeah, I remember that, graduating high school or graduating your master's, or, maybe hitting that PR in the gym or something crazy. That's a good memory that brings up positive emotions. You want to reflect on those in a good manner, but 99% of the time it's the negative side. It's a negative memories that carry over with the guilt, the shame, the internal dialogue from that regard, or, it's trauma, depression, anxiety, things like this. But, I think the biggest thing is the power of now is really making me understand. I think I talked about it a little bit in my last episode, your life situation versus your life amongst your life situation, who you are in that sense. And I just think it's very powerful for you guys to take note of who you are right now, where you are in this time and space. And it's just, try to be the best version of yourself and be proud for how far you've come. Which is a huge, huge, huge segue for this episode today, which is always try your best. That's all you could ever do is trying your best. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because that's all you can control is your efforts and what you can do with what you have access to. That's all you can do is try your best. Now, there's a lot of ways we're going to talk about this, but I just think it's very relevant to talk about how we can measure you trying your best and just to talk about it in general, because, I feel like a lot of people talking about anxiety, bringing up mental health, we're always so anxious and have so much animosity and so many different things that we're carrying forward because, are we on the right path? Are we doing everything right? And we're triple checking, we're crossing our T's, we're dotting our I's, we're creating all this stress. And it's at the end of the day, if you're measuring you trying your best and you can actually say you are, and you're putting efforts into the area of those lives or area in your life of those avenues that you want to change or grow or see just some type of positive, abundant energy flow through, then that's all you can do, and controlling your efforts and what you can do. And then the second thing with that is just being integral to yourself to ensure it's honest. Prime example, tracking your nutrition. That's a big thing. If you say you're in a fitness program or you're just trying to be a healthier person and eat healthy because health is wealth, and honestly 98% of it's whole foods, and it's just all these different things about how your body absorbs them. But let's say you're trending in the right direction of making food healthier in your lifestyle to maybe gain some muscle mass, lose some body fat, just become healthier, reduce inflammation, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all this shit, all this healthy stuff. You're just trying to be a better person. And let's just say you get to a point where, and actually it's so funny, I'll be honest, I'll throw myself under the bus. Em always jokes with me now with me being in prep, and she goes, "Are you mouth measuring again?" And it's funny because I have to measure everything out to the gram for being in prep right now. There's absolutely no room for error, and every now and then she'll catch me licking the peanut butter lid or some bullshit like that, and she'll make a joke. She goes, "Are you mouth measuring again?" And that's what I mean. Am I being integral to myself and being honest in terms of tracking each and individual macronutrient within the gram, or am I mouth measuring and tracking and being "Oh, well, why aren't I seeing results on paper? It says I've had X calories." But I've mouth measured 6 meals throughout the day, whether it's, taking a bite of chicken before I weigh it out, or taking some the carb source I make and taking a couple of spoonfuls, whatever it is. I don't want to get into it because it's a side tangent, but there's a lot of examples we could use about you being integral with what you're saying you're going to do. And I think, that's a huge core competency of who I am as a person is being integral with who you are as a person. Because I don't know, like there's something about for me that's like, just do what you say you're going to do. And that was one of the biggest learning curves that I had becoming an entrepreneur, starting my own business, my own community, my own life was I said to Emma one day, had full transparency, I had a breakdown. And I was like, man, like, this is rough. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, it's just crazy to see that, like, you know, you're just disappointed in yourself for your own actions, you know? And it goes back to what I mean about being integral with what you say. If you've been here for a while, you've heard me say that about the alarm system as well, getting up in the morning. You know, you're not integral with yourself. If you set it for 6, you get up any second later than 6 o'clock, then you're not integral with your word 110%. And it's like, what degree of that metric do you be honest with yourself? Like, do you allow yourself a wiggle room of like, well, if I get up by 6:15, then it's like, you know, I'm still integral with my word. If you fucking 100% believe you're being 110% integral with your word, there is room for error there. And it's like, you know, that's just a big thing to do to really take notice as you're trying your best. You know, because leading to the third point I want to talk about is you can only do so much. You know, you can only do so much with the 24 hours you have, and you can only put in so much work with X amount of energy. And I think, you know, Emma helps me a lot with this, and that's just be more present and just understanding, like, you know, how much I work versus how much I'm just like obsessed with just creating this life that we want. And it's just like, you know, sometimes I get like really, really obsessed with working, and I like work 7 days a week. Like, I literally am recording so many episodes of the podcast today. It is Sunday, and it's because I fucking love it. Like, I move my whole life around to do it, and just because I'm enjoying it, I'm happy. But, you know, I struggle with that balance, you know? So for me, you know, always trying my best to build this life that I want and to create the community that I want and create the freedom and do the shows and have this abundant lifestyle, you know, I can only do so much with so much of my energy, you know? And it's like, at the end of the day, we all have the same 24 hours. And that's what I mean about always trying your best and putting your efforts into what you can do, and then tracking to see if you're being integral with it. Because whether you're integral with what you say you're going to do or not, the same 24 hours is going to pass, you know? And I think to close off this episode, to really have it like impactful, to like, you know, not even reiterate to myself, but to reiterate to the general population listening to this episode is, you know, at the end of the day, as you do try your best in every single avenue, whether it's tracking your nutrition better, getting better in the gym in certain movements, being a better version of yourself, your family, your partner, your version of yourself at work, school, education, self-development, whatever it is, at the end of the day, just understand consistency over time always wins, and it compounds. You know, there's this saying that I love to say with every single person that I work with, and I say it a lot because I think it's just very impactful to hear is, you know, if you become 1% better every single day for one entire year, that is 365% better within 12 months. Like, you got to understand how powerful that is. That is over 3 times better than you are right now. Almost 4 times if you round it up. So imagine right now if your nutrition was 4 times better than it was currently. Imagine if your self-worth, your self-perspective, your self-development, whatever that lifestyle looks like for you to get that life you want. What if it was 4x? What if it was 4 times better than it is currently? What if your workouts were 4 times better than they're going right now? The pump, the strength, just how you felt, the confidence. What if every time you looked in the mirror and you like yourself 4 times better than you currently do? You know what I mean? So put that into perspective to understand that if you show up more often than that, eventually you're just going to be a fucking winner. And then that's what I mean about self-disappointment, because you're going to look in the mirror and be like, damn, I'm a fucking winner, but I lost today because I was just emotional, you know? But that's a whole different story. But anyways, I appreciate you guys all. As I always say, like, I don't want to go on too many rants, but I just want to give you guys that energy. Damn, my legs are so sore right now. I've been training legs so hard lately because just honestly, I've been injured for so long, and it just feels really good to be able to train them now without any injuries or as many injuries and discomforts. So it's crazy. But god damn, I don't know how you females sometimes train them so often. But anyways, what I want to do is just want to reiterate the main points, because I always think it's very important for you guys to track your efforts in terms of always trying your best. So control your efforts and do what you can do with what you have access to. You know, be integral with yourself and actually do the things you say you're going to do. Understand you only have 24 hours in the run of a day and so much energy to use. So it's on you to be integral with that energy. And just remember, if you show up every day or more often than not, you're going to become a winner. It's guaranteed. Other than that, I appreciate you guys all. I hope you guys have a blessed motherfucking week. Don't forget to drop a review. I'm trying to go heavy on that right now. And just because selfishly, I love this podcast. I wanted to get out there more to more people and just be more on the pedestal with this because I fucking love it. But anyways, I appreciate you guys all. Have a blessed week. Let's go.
Life's hard, but we go harder. Yeah, that's a fact. We ain't scared to lose a little, take a risk and make it back. Have you seen the way I train, ain't no slipping off a track. Cause we only moving forward, ain't no way we going back. There's big money on the table, I'm not trying to break the rules. Cause my